So, welcome to day 5 of the Calm and Creative Workshop. This is our final day in this series of, I suppose, workshops to take a little bit of what's in my head and pass it over to you. And that's what I'm here to do. That's my role as a high performance mentor. I help people close the gap between where they are and where they really want to be. And we know that there are things that are causing us to be blocked, things that are causing us to get stuck. And I'm excited to help you today understand the mind and understand the money aspect of things, okay? So let's get really dived into this subject and let's really understand what we're talking about here. Now, I've made a lot of notes, okay? Because this is a topic that is really dear to my heart, because I went from £4.20 in my pocket to having a very successful business doing what I want to do, purpose-led, okay? Now, you'll have to excuse the dogs are going crazy because the postman has just come to the front door. And this is what it's all about, isn't it? So, every day this week, I've been taking you through a series. First day, I wanted to get you into a calm, relaxed state, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to think clearly and map out a direct route to where you want to be, the results that you really desire, okay? Then we started to move into, okay, what creates our results? And we started to understand that it's thoughts that turn into things, whether we like that or not. Then we started to teach you to reflect on what has worked, what hasn't worked, and then start to rebuild, okay? Now we're on to the final day and we're talking about money. And let's be honest, this is a big topic globally right now, okay? The economy is struggling. You are possibly struggling, all right? But what I've said from day one and what I'll continue to say is, it doesn't have to be that way, okay? You can decide right now, today, I'm going to be different. This is going to be different for me. And I'm going to come out the other end with prosperity, with ideas in my mind of how I can flourish, how I can serve, okay? So today we want to talk about money. That is the aim of the game, and I'm super excited for it, all right? Now, let me just press record, or again, I'll be getting in trouble, all right? So let's start. Firstly, what are your thoughts on money? So for everybody that's on Facebook, for everybody that's here live in the webinar, I want you to type into the chat box, either on Facebook or in the webinar, what your thoughts are around money right now. Like, what is the one thought that is coming into your mind when you think money? Okay, start typing that into the chat box, both in Facebook and here on our live webinar. Okay, this is a very important part of being able to understand how you can create abundance in your life. So we've got some people saying restrictive, freedom, I need to attract it, buys lots of choices, no money for honey. Okay, lack, money is hard earned. Okay. Now, I like one of my clients, Fanula, you're saying it's never ending supply. You are absolutely correct. I can always tell who's my clients here because you're always giving all these great answers. Money is energy. Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, whatever you think about money is what is going to create money or the lack of it in your life. Now, hold on. We've just lost power for some reason. Okay, no idea what happened there. It got cut off, but we're back, I think, hopefully. Although I've frozen on the screen. Do I look frozen to you guys, or can you see me moving? Let me see. Nope, I don't think you can see me. So I'm going to go back to our normal camera here. There we go. I'm back. Okay, sometimes you just can't trust technology, all right? But it's all good in the hood. So your thoughts around money right now are going to be dictating how much money you bring into your life. So this is an absolutely vitally important subject and topic that we must talk about. Now, the problem is most people do not want to talk about money. Okay. Why? It's a stigma. It's you don't talk about that, especially, in certain parts of the world. Now, I believe it's everywhere in the world, but, I used to think it's just Northern Ireland. We have this closed mindset and we don't talk about money. And I was always brought up to say, don't talk about money. Don't tell people what you earn. You don't talk about that stuff. And that's how I was brought up. Maybe you were very similar. So there was always, well, for me, and I can only talk about mine, but there was always this feeling of, it's almost this subject, like almost like a dirty subject. And I know that that's not the case, but that is almost the belief that can sometimes go with it. Maybe you heard sayings like, money is the root of all evil. I was brought up being told that. However, it's the love of money that is the root of all evil. Okay. And that's where there's been a lot of different beliefs around money that have caused people to actually have less than what they deserve. Okay. So this is absolutely vital. Like, if there's any of these lessons that I want you to share with people, it's this one, because this is the one that's going to be the make or break for people on the other side. All right. So I want to get across to you today what money is. Now, we only have an hour, and I could probably talk about this subject for 12 weeks. All right. In fact, I'm thinking about bringing out a prosperity abundance course. Would anybody be interested in that? You can let me know. I'll see what the feedback is like. But I could talk about this for forever, because it's such an interesting subject. It's also a complex subject, and it's one that creates mastery. You don't just do it like this and have millions in the bank account. Okay. It is a skill, but it's something that every single one of you can do. Okay. So that's where I want you to find the excitement in this. All right. Doesn't matter if you are minus $1 million in the bank or plus $1 million in the bank. This applies to you. Why? Because money operates by universal laws. Whether you accept that or not as truth in your life, it is 100% true. It's as much true as the law of gravity, which is keeping you sitting, hopefully, right now. So instead of maybe being ignorant to understanding this, I want you to be open-minded to this, because I am physical, breathing, living proof that this works and that it is true, okay? And you've got to think about, why is there certain people in this world that earn so much money, and then there's a whole load of people are struggling? I don't think that's fair. And yet it just comes down to our conscious level awareness, our mindset. Okay. So I'm going to try and break this down. It is very complex, but I'm going to try and break this down in little chunks so that at least you're going away with a little bit of awareness. If you were in one of my coaching programs, we go into this in much more depth, because that's what it requires. I'm not going to come on here and say, just listen to this and you'll be rich. You won't. Okay. You'll listen to this, and if you're open-minded, then you will start to think on this, you will start to ponder on it, you will reach out, and you see where that takes you. But you will not get rich by watching this 1-hour webinar, okay? What it will give you is clarity and understanding of what money is, how it works, and how you can attract it into your life, okay? That's my goal for you today, is to gain understanding. That word I keep saying all week. What is the opposite of ignorance? Ignorance is fear. The opposite to fear is faith, and that is knowledge. We only have faith in something if we believe something. And usually, unfortunately, we only believe something if we see it. And that is no belief at all. Okay? You can't see love, but you believe in that. You can't see this virus, but you believe in that. So I'm just saying, guys, you're already believing in things that you can't see and can't prove. Could you please, just for once, believe in something that is actually going to create incredible stuff in your life? Because that's what I've been saying for years on end. And sometimes it's difficult to believe in something you can't see. But if you're going to do it for something that's negative and gets you negative results, at least be fair to yourself and believe in you. Believe in your ability. Okay, that's probably the biggest thing that's lacking is your faith and belief and confidence in yourself. And what did we learn this week? That comes down to your paradigm, that collection of habits and beliefs. And so does money. Did you know there is one part of your mind that controls the money that you earn? All right. Now, I'm saying all of this now in a week that is difficult, but it doesn't have to be. We can find the good in it, okay? So, a couple of things I want to go through. What is money? First and foremost, type into the chat box if you understand money. So, one word, what is money? I want to see what your thoughts are. Good. Oh, we have got pros on today. Excellent. Choices, energy. You can spot the aware ones. Freedom, opportunity. It's essential. Yeah. Okay. My results show I don't have a clue. Per you, Atilia. Earnings. Okay. Happiness. Excellent. So, yous are mostly my clients, so yous are all giving top answers. I wonder what Facebook is saying. Some is saying lifesaver, energy, faith. Good. Okay. So in simple, and I'm going to try and break this down as simply as I can. Money is energy. Okay. Now that might not really 100% make sense to you right this second. It didn't make sense to me when I first heard it, but I really now understand it. And you can tell by my results that I understand it. Now that's not me going, look at me, I'm awesome. I'm not saying that. Don't look at me and think I'm awesome. Well, you can if you want. That would be quite nice. I want you to look at you and think you're awesome. And sometimes that means looking at somebody else who has shown by example that they understand the universal laws and principles of success, and then listen to them and do what they say. That is what Bob told me to do. When I rang up Bob Proctor and I had no money, like I couldn't afford dog food for Roxy and Rex, and now they're ruling this house, I was at my deepest, darkest moment in life. I was so lost. I had no idea what I was going to do. I was in pain. I was embarrassed. I was scared. I was panicked. I had anxiety. Like I had all these things, and it was like this big cloud coming over my head. And it was all because I was stuck. I was taught that you have to work hard and be smart, and if you get a good government job, you're landed. But that wasn't the case. That didn't work out for me. I was trading time for money, and there's only so much time in a week. There's only 24 hours in a day. Only X amount of hours in a week. So what happens when those hours finish? Well, then you roll into another week, but there's only then so much money you can earn if you're working by the hour. You see, the big misconception in this life is people think time is money. That is not the case. Money is money and time is time. And you should not trade your time for what you do. However, that is what 96% of the population do. And that's why right now in this world that we're living in, it's a bit of a mess. Because we've all put security in a job. And yet there is no security in a job. Now I'm talking about things here that are going to be pretty, close to home. And I'm not, and I want this very clear, I am not sitting here thinking, I know better than you, and I'm not trying to put salt in the wounds. I am standing up and saying, I get where you are, but I'm not letting you go to that place. There's a solution. Now, if you don't like what I'm saying, that's okay. But I hope that you do, because it's fact and it's real. Okay? And it's my job that if I know all this information and it's transformed my life, I'm not going to keep it to myself. I want to give it to you. I'm even giving it to you for free. Okay? Because you need it. People need this information more than anything in the world right now. Literally, there's never been a better time. I was on a call with Bob yesterday and he was addressing all of us, and my goodness, it was powerful. Bob says, I think I've been working all my life for this moment now. And that made me kind of go, okay, because I really feel that we are here now to help people create, adapt, adjust, align, and create a new model. That's what we've been talking about all week. But as you go into a new model, you must create a new mindset to go with that. And that is critical for any of you out there who maybe have lost your job and you're now thinking about what to do next. I want you to listen to this first. Because if you just walk straight into another job, you're walking into the job with the same mindset, with the same thinking, and you're going to get the same outcome. And I don't believe that any of you really believe that you are worth what you get paid in a year. You know you are worth way more, millions. So since you're worth it, isn't it about time that you tap into it and accept it? That's what you've got to do. But that starts in the mind, nowhere else at all. Okay? So this is what today is all about. I want to help you get an understanding of how your thoughts turn into tangible riches, whatever that may be for you. Okay? So firstly, I want to read something out of The Science of Getting Rich, which is a phenomenal book that I study with my clients and with Bob. And essentially, I'm going to read 2 paragraphs first, and then I will go into more detail around what they mean. Okay, so this is The Science of Getting Rich. For anybody that has ever watched The Secret, this is the book that Rhonda Byrne basically created The Secret from. That's why in everything that I teach, it's so different to any other mentor or program, because I teach from the ancient texts, the actual real core whatever you want to call it. This is the real stuff. Okay, it's not filtered. It hasn't been Chinese whispered to death. This is the real stuff. But the problem is the real stuff is sometimes really hard to understand. And if you don't understand it, then it's very hard to apply it. So I really pride myself in being able to take this intense, in-depth quantum physics, mental science subjects and make it into as easy as ordering a McDonald's. I don't, if you didn't watch my live the other day, you'll not get that joke, but it should be that easy. You put your order in, you step back, and you wait on it being delivered. Okay, so here is 2 paragraphs that are really going to help us set the tone for understanding money today. And this is out of chapter 2, which is called There is a Science to Getting Rich. So there is a science to getting rich, and it is an exact science like algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. Once these laws are learned and obeyed by any man, he will get rich by mathematical certainty. The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way. Those who do things in a certain way, whether on purpose or accidental, will get rich, while those who do not do things in a certain way, no matter how hard they work or how able they are, will remain poor. It is a natural law that like causes always produce like effects. And therefore, any man or woman who learns to do things in this certain way will infallibly get rich. Okay? Very powerful 2 paragraphs written by Wallace D. Wattles. And that excites me. Okay? There is a science to getting rich. Okay? And it's as exact as algebra or arithmetic. So for you parents out there who are doing maths homework, okay, you want to get into this maths homework, all right? Because kids are never taught about money. Were you ever taught at school how to make money? Were you ever taught what money is? No, I wasn't. You weren't. There's no classes on that. There's a class on how to count it. There's a class on how to maybe sometimes invest it, but there's no class on how to become money conscious. And that is why the world has a problem today. No doubt about it. Even the people that teach people how to invest money don't even have that much money. Even the math teachers don't have that much money. I know this because I've spoken to them. So there's something wrong in our system in the fact of we're not even teaching people what money is, how to acquire it. So then when something like this comes along, we all end up kind of in a huge big problem. But what did I say to you at the start of the week? There are some people that are not having problems. Now you can sit and go, well, that's not fair, but that's not really going to help you. What better thing to say is, what did they do differently? Okay. Of the very successful people you know don't even know why they're successful. And if you don't know why you're successful, you can't duplicate it, you can't teach it to a team, and you can't extend it. You end up hitting a financial ceiling. Has anybody felt like they've hit a financial ceiling? That you just keep earning the same amount and you keep putting in work and work and nothing changes. Does that resonate? Yes, people are saying, yes, me, totally. Michelle, until I started thinking into results, boom. Yeah, because this is exactly it. We feel we've hit a ceiling. And no matter what happens, no matter how much work we put in, no matter how many jobs we get, how many overtime shifts we get, why is it at the end of every month, it turns out the exact same? Lloyd is saying, yes, until I met you. Lloyd is a very, very, very successful businessman in Northern Ireland, owns an incredible, credible company that already earns 7 figures. But yet he still is learning with me how to create more abundance, because money is good. And the problem is a lot of people think money is bad. Hence why it's this taboo subject that we don't talk about. But let me tell you this, guys, money has 2 purposes, and that's it, okay? First purpose is so that you can live in a comfortable home, have a comfortable life. And when I say comfortable, I don't mean just make do, okay? You're God's highest form of creation. Nobody can even put any inclination into what you are capable of. You are the most incredible, precious person on this earth. We all are. There's no other form of creation that is better than us. We have been given creative mental faculties to create. And we've got to ask ourselves, are we using them? Are we using the very tools that we have for free? Because none of this, you have to go out and get something. You just have to start to apply. Now, the only thing you might have to invest in is somebody to teach you how to use the mental tools. Because if you don't know you have them and you don't know how to use them, then the next best thing would be, can you teach me how to use them so that I can go and create a life of prosperity and abundance and happiness? And then you can pass it on to somebody else and pass it on to somebody else. That's what I do now every day. Pass it forward, pay it forward, shall we say. But you have to have it before you can give it. You can never give something you do not already have. And that's the key to everything. When it comes to love, when it comes to patience, when it comes to money, when it comes to success. You can't give something you haven't got. So then the key is, let's start to understand how we can have it. All right? So money has got 2 purposes. 1, to make you comfortable. And when I say comfortable, that means living in the house you want to live in, wearing the clothes you want to wear, doing the things that you want, going on the 5-star holiday if that's what you really want. Like, there's no one on this call that wouldn't want that. Okay? Because why? We have this thing called increase. It's a law, another law, a law of increase decrees, that we always want to be fuller expansion and expressions of ourselves. We always want more. We always want to be more. Like, if you think about going to the gym, and let's say you're doing arm curls, right? And you're using, I don't know, 12 kilos. You don't go in the next week and go, I'm going to try for 2 kilos. Like, you just wouldn't do it. You would go in and you would either try to do more reps at 12 kilos, or you would try to go up to 14 or 16. We are not wired to move backwards. Our natural harmonious state is growth. We're growth-oriented beings. However, there are a lot of people going backwards. Why? Because they haven't updated their thinking. They haven't updated how they think about things. So when it comes to money, a big part of this is how you've been brought up. Even now, if you are at home with your kids, I want you to be very careful about the conversations you're maybe having as a family while the kids are listening. Because if you're having conversations of lack and limitation, which may be the case, but your kids, their minds are wide open. They don't understand what's going on. Yes, they have a bit of a feel for it. But if you are talking about fearful thoughts, if you're letting them watch the news, which I wouldn't, they're going to be really frightened. And that programming is being set in their subconscious mind, which creates their self-image, which means when they grow up, they're going to be acting out of that. And maybe that's the case with you. Maybe you were brought up in a home that you weren't to talk about money. Money was the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. You got to work hard. Well, you bought into that because you've been working hard. But do you have the money to show for it? And even if you have some money, is it what you think you should have for the amount of input that you've been putting in? Because in everything in this world, everything is energy. Except your equation might not be working out. You're doing all this work, you're putting in all this action, putting in all these hours, you're spending all this time away from your family and kids. And at the end of every month, you're going, where is the money? Okay? So your equation may be off balanced. This is where I want to bring this straight back into alignment for you. Okay? So Wallace D. Wattle says that there's a science to it and that it's the natural laws that create like causes always produce like effects. So that's where this gets really fun. The second reason for money, so the first one is to live comfortably, have a rich life, doing what you want to do, traveling like you want to travel. Like you deserve all of that. So don't just limit yourself, okay? Second reason to have money is it extends your good to others. You can do so much good with money. Money gives you options. Money gives you choices. Money allows you to help other people. Like, think of what you could do with more money. First, you look after yourself and your family. Then you start to help other people. That's the only two purposes for money. Okay? Now, as I said, money is energy. So what does that mean and how can we attract more? That's what you're interested in. Okay? So let's break this down. Money is energy. Thoughts are energy, ideas are energy, and actions are energy. So what we're seeing a common theme is it's all energy, but in different forms. Like if you think about money, where do we get it from? You get it from exchanging services. Okay? That's where money comes from. You do something, somebody gives you money for doing it. So it's the action that you're getting the reaction and you're getting the money. And the better action you take, the more money you get, all right? Because money is governed by law. Now, there's a certain law that governs money. Does anybody know what the law is that governs money? All the smarty pants are going to come out now. Let's see who's the first to say it. What law governs money? Oh, nobody said it yet. Gloria, you're close. You're saying the law of vibration. Okay, there we go. Who said it? Celine or... Oh, now you are all typing so fast. It is the law of compensation. That is the law that governs the amount of money you earn. Now, for anybody who's now going, right, I'm lost. Because if you've never followed me or you've never followed this work, you will be a bit lost right now. But that's okay. I was lost when I heard it too. The law of compensation states that there are three things that basically mean whether you get money or not. I'll write them on the board so that you can remember. We'll just move this over a little. So the three things that you need, it's basically an equation, right? Because energy works by equations. And the equation for money, let me just dry this. And the law of compensation is the law that you want to know about and work along with. You can't defy this law or you won't make money, okay? First one is, what do you think? Anybody know? What is the first step in the law of compensation? There needs to be a need for what you do. Okay. 2, your ability to do it. Good. Who was that? David, well done. Okay, your ability to do. And 3, the difficulty in replacing you. Okay? Think about this. Really think about this. These are the 3 things you need to know to create more money in your life. You need to provide, so firstly, what did we say money comes from? Service. Service, like if you do not remember anything else, it's service. You want more money? Give more service. Simple as that. Okay? You want to give better service? You've got to think. You want to dominate the market? You've got to think bigger ideas than your competition, even though there is no competition. Okay? So you need to provide a service or a product or whatever it is that there is a huge need for. People need it. Now, I'm going to imagine that not many of you are going to either go into business or be in business with a product or a service that there's no need for, or it wouldn't be there. Okay, so this one is like tick, that's easy. Second one then is your ability to do it. So your ability to provide the service or the product quality is really important, because number 3, you've got to be difficult to replace. You're going to make more money if you're difficult to replace. Now, nobody is irreplaceable, but you can be really hard to replace. That makes you more valuable. Okay? Anybody in business knows that. Now, the thing is, if you work on this is done. So the need for it is done. If you get really good at it, then you're going to be hard to replace. So that one's pretty much done. So the only thing you need to focus on as you think about rebuilding, whether it's your business or creating something for yourself, is your ability to do it is the critical part. Okay? That is the critical part to earning money. If you get really good at it, you're going to be hard to replace. Like, think of footballers. There's a huge need for what they do, apparently. The better they play, the better they practice, the better they are at doing whatever position they do, means they get signed on for another season because they're hard to replace. Okay? Think of Andrex toilet rolls. The need for them went whoop like that. Okay? They're pretty good. Everybody loves the puppies. Okay, I'm just using Andrex as an example. And they're pretty hard to replace. Why? Because their ability to do the job, this could go very wrong, but their ability to do the job is good and is better than the cheap toilet roll. Okay? So just use that as an example. Because the need for toilet roll went up, and they're really good at doing it, and they're hard to replace, and it's pretty hard to replace toilet roll unless you cut up the kitchen roll, you're going to make more money. So the toilet roll providers have made loads of money because their need went up, and they're good at doing it, and they're hard to replace. Okay? What a great example. You're all enjoying this. Yeah, but it's the exact same. It's the same for me. Okay? I earn more money now doing what I do now than when I was in full-time employment as a nurse. Why? Because there's a huge need for what I do, even bigger now. My ability to do it is pretty good, and that makes me pretty hard to replace. Now, when I started working with Bob, I never heard of any of that. It made no sense to me. It was very complicated. I mean, I'm dyslexic and I don't even know my times tables. So, I mean, this terrified me, okay? But I listened to it and I thought, right, well, if I'm going to go into business by myself, I'm just a nurse. I have no business experience. You know, the thoughts were normal of, can I do this? What are people going to think? You know, I had all these same thoughts. I'm really broke. What if this doesn't work? Maybe I should just stay in employment because it's secure. But I wasn't happy. And at the end of the day, it's about being happy. I don't care how much money you make. If you're not happy, what the hell is the point? Okay? And the best thing is, money's a byproduct of happiness. So the better you get focused on being happy from the inside out, you'll always have money. Now, that didn't make sense to me the first time I heard it. It sounded too good to be true. It sounded like, oh, that's lovely, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it works. Like, it works, guys. I'm living proof. So in my mind, I made a decision 4 years ago. I'm going to be the best in the world. I'm going to be Bob Proctor's #1. I'm going to be flying around in his private jets, working with him, doing all these amazing things, helping people all over the world. I made a committed decision. And then I knew it's not enough just to say it. I got to go do it. And there's got to be a need for what I do. I got to get really good at it, and I got to be hard to replace. Well, now I am the #1 in the world at doing it. Why? Because my ability to get clients results are next to none. The best in the world. And that makes me hard to replace. So that means I get paid well. So if you want to get paid well, you want to be thinking, how can you up your service? You never think about money. You think about helping people. That is the key. And my goodness, when that penny drops, woo, a whole lot more pennies are coming. Because everybody wants to help everybody. There's nobody in this world that doesn't want to help someone. Now imagine you could help somebody and get paid for it. The key is that you don't do it for the money, you do it for the satisfaction. Bob always says you do not work for money. And I don't work for money. I work for satisfaction, and I give service for money. That's the difference. I'm not getting paid a penny for what we did this week. But I don't need to think like that, because I know by law, if I'm giving good energy out, good energy will always return to its original source. So whilst I'm giving this for free because that's what I want to do, and I want to get this, like, this information needs to be out in the world. It's been hidden for a lot of people for a long time. And this is now the time, I think, that we as individuals, as a population, need to rise up and take responsibility for our own energy, our own thinking, and our own results, rather than leaning on everything else outside of us, expecting that to give us the outcome that we want. So in your business, maybe if your business is, you're going, what am I going to do? You've just got to start to think, how can I up my service? Like, what did I say last week on the very first day, or day one, Monday? I said, just you watch. The internet's going to go buck daft, because everybody is now upping ways that they can serve, and it's all online. It's wonderful. But are you going to be on the curve of this growth, or are you going to sit back and watch everybody? Because I'm telling you now, if you do that, it's going to be one expensive mistake. Like, I'm so proud of my clients this week. I've never been prouder, because I'm watching them in our Thinking into Results group, all masterminding. They were all up at 6 a.m. the other day, masterminding on ways that they can help each other, and how we as a group are going to excel and accelerate and speed up but slow down in the mind. I mean, we've got Annika, who's doing dance classes online for families. It's incredible. We've got we've got Nikki in Scotland now going on doing her Zumba online. We have helped people turn things online. We have a thing called Win Wednesday, and on Wednesday past there was 73 comments. On this week, a week when, sometimes people are finding it hard to put a smile on their face. They're winning because they have the formula, okay? Now that's only one little tiny part of it, okay? So let's now look at a wee bit deeper, and okay, I've got it. There needs to be a need for what I do. I need to be really good at doing it. I need to be hard to replace, okay? Think about how you can give more service right now in your business, or even service in any capacity. Because again, if I read out what Wallace D. Wattle says, he says, it is the natural law that like causes always produce like effects. Okay, so you've probably heard of the law of attraction. Okay, that's like the watery down, rudimental version of it. It's really what you want to be talking about is the law of vibration and the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect states that there is always an action reaction. All right. So this is the science behind it. This isn't my opinion. This isn't Bob Proctor's opinion. This is science. Okay. And if you don't believe it, look around us, because we're proving it even today, right now. All right. So let's go a wee bit deeper into a few other diagrams that I wanted to draw for you and what this means. So I've been talking about mindset all week. And of course, mind is the absolute key to the freedom that you deserve. So let me go a wee bit deeper and drawing into that. And it's kind of coming off what we talked about yesterday and the day before that, where I went into a wee bit more detail of what your mind looks like. Okay, so you will remember the stick person. Very famous little drawing. Okay. Anybody that's just tuning in, this is your mind, this is your body. Body is a mass of molecules in a speed of vibration. Your mind is energy that controls your body. Okay? Mind is energy. And we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. The conscious mind is your thinking mind. The subconscious mind is your emotional mind. All right? This is as easy as I'm going to put it. Okay? Now, we also talked about a paradigm. And a paradigm is a collection of habits or beliefs. Okay, so let's just say habits and beliefs. Okay, that is what a paradigm is. It's just a collection of habits and a collection of beliefs. So, what do you believe about money? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about what's going to happen? Whatever you believe is what you'll achieve. Okay, if you believe it, it's possible. So really important, because your thoughts are energy, and every time you think a thought, it attracts another thought 16 seconds later, and then another thought, and then another thought. And if these thoughts are not helping you or serving you, they're going to grow into this big snowball, and it just gets worse. You know what we saying? Making a mountain out of a molehill. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and it gathers speed and it gathers momentum. Okay? Very important that you focus your thoughts on what you want. Probably, and I'm just going to take a stab in the dark, unless, and hopefully none of my clients, but for anybody else here, you might be thinking more around lack at the moment. Your mind may be more dominant for lack than it is prosperity, and for very good reason. I don't blame you in that. The world is screaming that, but it's your job on an individual basis to go, no, I refuse that thought. Okay, so your paradigm, you are wired to earn what you earn. Okay, I'm talking about all of you. Barbara, Bernadine, Audi, nice name, Attilia, all of you guys are all programmed to earn a certain amount of money. Now think about this. What have you earned over the last 5 years? If you took an average of what you've earned over the last 5 years, that is your financial thermostat point. Okay, so you have a little thermostat in here in your belief system, and you always earn what you always earn. I was the same. I used to earn 35,000 a year, and it didn't matter if I did overtime or shifts or anything like that. I still earned the same amount every month. So this is like a thermostat. Now I want to just explain that a little bit before I go into this drawing. I always explain it like a spirit level. Okay, so let's just use my pen for a moment as an example. Let's say this is a spirit level. You all know what a spirit level is. Okay, it moves and it tells you when something is straight. Well, let's imagine this is a spirit level and it goes like this. You want to figure out what is your set point for your financial thermostat. And the answer to that is, what do you always keep coming out with? All right. Now, you have this internally built, you have a thermostat inside you that dictates your weight, the amount you earn, the quality of your life. And whatever that set point is, that's what it'll always bring you back to. So can anyone relate to this? Here's your set point. You always earn this a month, whatever it is. And then sometimes you get a little bit of extra money in your account. And then as soon as you get money in your account, something happens. The kids need money for new trainers. Somebody needs something. The tires go flat. You need new tires. Something always happens and brings you back into harmony. Can you relate to that? You've got extra money for whatever reason, and then something happens and brings you right back into harmony. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. It could be that you went on a shopping spree. It could be that you've spent it on a holiday. It's not always bad. What I'm saying is it's no more in till it's going out again. That's my point. And it always comes back to this set point. And you know what that is. It's the same as the weight on the scales. You always are stuck on a certain weight. And yes, you can do dieting. And yes, you can do cardio and go to the gym and all of that there. And yes, you will release some body fat. But then the next minute, my goodness, you're into the cookie jar. So this happens for everything. I'm just talking about it in relation to money at the moment, okay? Then there's times where you don't have enough money. Like right now, people's wages have been gone. People's businesses have been lost, right? You're now like this. But you know what? I want to give you a bit of help today. I want you to realize that even when this goes like this, when it goes like this, it will always still go back to this. And look, you can prove it. The government are giving us money. Now, they're not giving me any money, unfortunately. I'm in that 5%. But even if you think about that, there's only 5% really in our, and it must be the UK or whatever, are earning over 50K. That's a disgrace. All right, now that's for self-employed, but even like everything I'm saying, the news are pretty much just backing up everything I say. So now that maybe it's like this, by law, something will come along and it will bring you back into harmony again, okay? Whether that is the government helping you, whether that is you coming up with a new idea, whether that is your granny giving you savings, something will happen that you'll be okay. But what I'm saying to you is I don't think okay is okay. Because you shouldn't, just by a couple of weeks, things going up the left, you shouldn't be left in a place where you've lost everything. You want to set yourself up so that this set point is up here. Not here, but here. Because this was me, and I kept earning a bit more, come back to zero. Needed more money, something always came to help me get the money. And you know you can prove this. There's been times when you haven't had money and you've not known where it's going to come from, and it's been okay. Why? Because the universal laws always are having your back. The universe is always there to help you. But instead of it just being there to help you, why not use it every day? I use it every day, and that helped me go way up here. Okay? So this financial thermostat lives in the subconscious mind. So let's just say you're hardwired to earn 20,000 a year. We'll just say for an example, okay? 20,000 a year. I'm just picking any random number. Well, when I come along, remember your 5 senses, sight, hearing, taste, touch, smell. When I come along as a mentor and go, well, you could earn that in a month. I say that, you hear it, but it sounds absolutely bloody ridiculous. So we go, stuff that, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And it goes in one ear and out the other. Why? Because the conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject anything that you say, I say, anyone says. You have the choice to choose whether you like the idea of that or whether you don't like the idea of that. Now, I would probably say most of you love the idea of it, but the problem is, as soon as you think about earning 20K a month, your beliefs go, catch yourself on. That's not possible. I can't do that. How would I do that? Then even if you think you can and you go out and try to do it, maybe your habits block you. You procrastinate. You're not effective. You're not efficient with your time. So these two things then become the problem. Remember what we said earlier or yesterday? If in here and in here don't match, we've got a game of tug of war. But if you could believe that you can earn 20K a month, then you will earn 20K a month. So it's the belief that is the key. It is the programming of the subconscious mind. If you've ever heard people talk about wealth consciousness and all that kind of highfalutin language, it's basically turning in here so that you start to believe and act like the person you want to become. But that is a process. That takes steps, okay? But let's say we did do that, okay? Let's say we went from being blocked in here to starting to accept the idea. I want to explain to you how this works, because I still know there's people on here going, she's nuts. But I want to show you how this works. So let's say now we've got this idea of earning 20K a month. And I'm just using this as an example. I'm not trying to teach you to earn 20K a month. I'm just saying this is how it works, because I have clients doing this. I've surpassed that. So it is possible. So I've given you the idea and we want to plant it in here. That means we must change the paradigm. We must change our conditioned way of thinking in order to create that in our lives. Okay? So let's just pretend, because I want to show you how this works. Let's just pretend we've skipped that. You've now come to me. I've taught you how to program it into your subconscious mind. This is what happens. You now have a belief that you can earn 20K a month. So what happens is the language that the mind sends to the body is, I am a 20K a month person. So this is the vibration. This is the energy, and it's going to be super positive. And once you get this paradigm plugged in to earn 20K, what did we say all week? That becomes the lens you look through. So you're going to hear ways to make more money. You're going to see more opportunities if you're thinking about money, if you become money conscious. I'm not saying become obsessed with money and it's all about the money. It's not about the money. Nobody really wants money. Money just helps you get the things and the options and the things that you can do with your family. It allows you to have more time with the kids. It allows you to do up the house. It allows you to look after you. So if you're still on that bandwagon that money is this terrible thing, I mean, we probably will never work with each other. All right? And you'll probably never have what you really want to have. And that sounds cruel, but it is truth. You've got to get over your thinking around money if you're ever going to have some. And right now, people are thinking lack. They're affirming lack. So do you know what they see? Lack. Do you know what they attract? Lack. We're seeing it on the TV. We're seeing it in the news. I'm not saying it's not happening. It is happening. But I can make you one promise right now. I will never be broke. Ever. Ever. And if I ever, actually, I'm not going to say that. I will never be broke. And I don't have any fear, not because I have money, but if I lost it all today, I would not panic because I know how to make it. Money is energy. I'm energy. Mind is energy. So all you've got to do is plant it into the subconscious mind. Now you're going to see the lens with a different world. Now you're still not going to have money in the bank account. Your car mightn't have changed. Your house mightn't have changed, but you start in here. That's the key. Like I sold my car just to get enough money to do this program at the start. It cost me $20,000 just to learn this material. And now I share it with others for absolute minuscule. You're getting it right now for free. I spent 20 grand on this, sold my car, left my job, couldn't pay for anything, but it's because now I can share it with you in times that it is needed. So we program it in here. You're now going to see more opportunities. You're also now going to be thinking, acting, making decisions like a £20,000 a month person. Because I'll tell you what, guys, people that earn $20,000 a month think very differently to you. They make decisions very differently to you. So you've now got to start to think like those people so that you can start to take the same actions, make the same decisions. Now that's the part that people get hung up on and go, but sure, I can't, I don't have money. And I go, oh my goodness, you're not getting it. Thoughts first, money after. Money is a byproduct of happiness, okay? So you're now able to attract more ideas, and you're also going to be able to sell better. Because if you're in sales, this is absolutely essential that you understand. Okay? So it all comes down to your thermostat. Now, let me do one more drawing. I know we're going to probably run out of time, but I'm going to keep going because this is a really important subject. And this next drawing should hopefully make light bulbs go off for you. Okay? Especially if you've never seen me teach before or heard any of this material. I mean, I teach this in my own way. I do it very differently to most people, but it works. and it worked for me. So I have no doubt it can work for you. So talk an awful lot about energy, and it can get very confusing. So I want to explain it in a very simple way and how it relates to money. Okay. Energy, what is it? We can't see it. Nobody has ever seen energy. We've seen expressions of energy, which is light, or, you know, this video, that's an expression of energy. Sofa, an expression of energy. Me, expression of energy. Whiteboard, expression of energy. Okay. But we've got to look at what does energy look like in a scientific way. All right. Now, energy operates on little tracks called frequencies. Okay. And I want to explain these frequencies and vibrations to you, because this will make everything just go, ah, this makes sense. So let's draw just a little chart. Okay. We're going to put negative here, and we're going to put positive here. And then I'm going to draw loads of lines along here. Okay. So the easiest way to think about this is energy is also called vibration. And so I'll just write that. Energy equals vibration. Okay. And we have got negatives and we've got positives. You go pull a battery out of your TV remote, you'll see a positive and a minus end. Okay. We're just the same as batteries. We have energy within us, a lot more than a battery, but we have energy, and mind is energy. Okay. So you've got some people who are thinking way down here. We've got some people who think here, and we've got some people who think here. Okay. These people are thinking more negatively. Okay. There's not enough money. This is all bad. Blah, 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 blah. I've lost everything. Those types of thoughts are negative thoughts. And that means you're tuned into this frequency wave. Okay. An easy way to explain this is Cool FM. We all know Cool FM. For anybody that's around the world, this is a radio station back at home. Okay. Cool FM is 97.4 frequency wave. Okay. Then let's say this is Q radio up here. That's a different frequency wave. Now, if you were sitting at home right now listening to Cool FM, you wouldn't be able to tell me what's on Q radio, because you're not tuned into the frequency of Q radio, so you can't pick up the vibration of the transmission and hear the energy. Okay, that's all that music is, it's energy. So my thing is, if you're sitting here today going, I don't know how to make money, I don't know my goals, I'm lost, I'm broke. If you're talking all that language, you're here, somewhere here, right? And if you're listening to Cool FM music, you can't hear Q radio music. We've agreed that. But the person that's listening to Q radio music is saying, I'm going to find the opportunity in this. I am rich regardless of what's in the bank account. I'm so excited for the growth. I can't wait to serve others. I'm expectant of greatness. They have a totally different mindset, and they're up here. Now, if you're down here tuned into this frequency, you're also going to meet other people that think about that. You're going to find other people that will join in the conversation and go, yeah, isn't it terrible times? This is absolutely awful, and blah, 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 blah. They're the people that watch the news more. They're the people that would probably have more anxiety. They're the people that probably have no money. Now, these people aren't bad people. These people are just unaware that their thinking is creating their results. How would they know? They weren't taught it. Then we've got people up here who have money, who are thriving, who are seeing the opportunity in this, who are mixing with other like-minded people, who are maybe talking about multiple sources of income, which is how you want to think and act if you want to have money. And they're hanging out with those people. They're getting more clients in their business. They're coming up with more ideas of what they can create. So these people are totally different to these people. And the problem we have in this world is these people never think about these people, and these people hate these people. So then we got a division. And then there is the people here. The people here, and you might be able to resonate with this, sometimes have money, sometimes don't have money. Sometimes have good days in business, sometimes don't have good days in business. Sometimes have great relationship, Sometimes relationships aren't so great. Sometimes they feel awesome about themselves. Sometimes they feel awful about themselves. Does that relate to anybody? Does anyone ever feel like things go up and down? Yep. Loads of people. Yep. Now, this sucks. I used to call this Suck FM, but I think this is maybe worse because you're going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And it's exhausting and it's not predictable. And this is why people get so obsessed with security in a job, because they're so used with living in a world driven by circumstance and conditions that they've never even been told that you can create the circumstance and conditions, because this is all in the mind. And you know what? When things are going good, what's the first thing we say? Oh, sure, it'll never last. And then we wonder why it all goes to the pot. So up, down, energy being wasted. We don't want that. Now, I said money is energy, and it is. Money lives up here in a higher frequency. So the question is not where do we go get the money, because you never have to think about money. The question is, how can you start thinking up here rather than down here? That's what you need to be thinking about. And the only way that you can start tuning your mind into a higher frequency is by changing your paradigm, is by working on your mind, learning about the mind, learning, because it's complex. It's not something I can even deliver in 5 days. I've just given you little snippets to get you to waking up to go, oh, wow. And the thing is, guys, I've said enough that all of you should be joining me, but not all of you will join me. Why? Because of your paradigm. You might think, well, sure, Kim, I don't have money. And I'm saying, well, isn't that the very reason that you need this? You might say you don't have time. Isn't that the very reason you need this? You don't have time because you procrastinate and you don't have good structures and routines and you've got habits that hold you back and you give your time to other people. That's why you don't have time. But if you've got clarity, order, working towards a goal, working in harmony with the laws, finding the path of least resistance, then you've got more time on your hands than you will even know what to do with. So it's up here that you want to get to. And when I said earlier that money is energy, the reason I say that is because when you start thinking up here, you're going to come up with an idea that is going to be amazing, which when you execute on it is going to make you money. Okay? It's ideas that make money. Ideas make money. Don't trade your time for money, because then you know I'm getting this amount for this amount of time. And that hits saturation and you're snookered. And then you're working all your life to get money that isn't even enough to get to your end of your life, to maybe have a little bit of money and go, right, what do I do with it now? Live life today. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be here. We don't know what's going on in this changing world. The only thing that is constant, the only thing that is certain is that you will get exactly in relation, direct ratio to how you think. So you've got to ask yourself, where are my thoughts? Am I plugged in, tuned into prosperity? Or am I still thinking from my conditioned way of thinking? Well, you will be, because you haven't done the work. So this is why I help people over 6 months study themselves, because it's you that creates the money. I didn't get any smarter. I didn't get any more qualifications. I didn't do anything apart from change my thinking. And I was able to go from £4.20 to 7 figures very quickly. But I'm not a different person. I didn't win big. Nobody helped me out. I hit rock bottom and decided, stuff that, I'll never be broke again. I'm going to make a change. I made a promise. I made a commitment to myself. And then I followed a mentor who told me exactly what to do. I did exactly what he did, and I have got the results. That's it. It's all down to you. It's all down to a choice. It's not even down to me as a mentor. Like some of my clients are, sometimes they want me to do everything for them. And I go, no, this isn't about me. This is about you. I'll teach you. I'll help you. I'll guide you. I'll walk you step by step through the process, but it's only you that can go out and take action. So it's the ideas. You just don't know how to make 20,000 a month. And I'm just throwing that number out there. But like what, let's just say you earn 20,000 a year right now. You know how to earn 20,000 a year. You're consciously aware. So you could also call these levels of conscious awareness. But then you've got somebody who earns 20,000 a month. Why do they do that? Well, they know how to do it. They're aware of it. And once you're aware of how to do it, you'll attract everything you need to achieve the goal. So it's awareness that you want to seek. You think of how much clarity you've got even in this week, and I've just been giving you like this much. It's huge. You've got new awareness. And guess what? Nobody can take it away from you. You can't unlearn this. You can't forget it. Once you know it, you know it. And it's amazing. Just like once you learn how to drive a car, you can't forget how to drive a car. It's called awareness. And that's lovely because you can't lose it. Finally, something you can't lose. It belongs to you. But you have got to name it, you've got to claim it, and you've got to be persistent in the getting it. But you can get help for that. Okay? So, last bit. You all have goals. You might be here. There's your goal. Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but create that reality. This is not philosophy. This is physics. That was written by a very smart man, Einstein. He says, match the reality that you want. Get onto the frequency of your goal, and you can't help but attract the goal. So if you're sitting in business right now and you've maybe lost clients, or you've lost business, or maybe you're thinking, how do I get more clients? It's so simple. If you're here and let's say you want to get an extra 10 grand into your business, or you want to come up with a new product, or you want more clients in your business, you've got to be up here on this level in your mind, just in your mind. You got to think like that person. Once you get onto the frequency by changing the paradigm, by doing the work in your mind, you'll start to think up here. And you know what happens? The law of attraction starts to bring you things that are going to help you with this step, with this step, with this step, with this step, and then boom, you got your goal. But you've got to be willing to go from here to here to work it out. And what I see so much is people sitting here or people sitting here going, I don't know what I want to do. And I go, no wonder you're listening to the wrong radio station. It's not going to tell you. So don't expect the answers to come up and tap you on the shoulder, guys. This is not, I mean, all of this stuff is like serious high level work, but you can do it. I can do it. Most of the time people learn this, you know, and they're way up in the 1%. I could go and sell this for absolute hundreds of thousands of pounds to top corporations and companies. And I do. But you know what my passion is? Getting it to you, getting it to people who are just like me, people who want more, who deserve more, and can have more. And it doesn't cost you very much, but it costs you so much if you stay ignorant. Because this is where the masses are. And as we can see, if you switch on your news, the masses is not working. That strategy does not work. This is why I say it's all 95% mindset, 5% strategy. Because you could decide, here's my goal, this is where I want to go. And you might be here and you might try really hard to get to that goal, but it's this big, squiggly, long, complicated way. And if you'd have just taken time to calm the mind, bring it into harmony with your goal, you could have found a path of least resistance, an easy way to do it. It's all there for you. Does that help you? Did you enjoy that diagram? I know it looks a bit of a squiggly mess right now, but does that make things a bit clearer? Good. So it's ideas that make money, and we can only create ideas if we change our thinking and get rid of the limitation. all of you, like every single person on this call, and we've got a couple of hundred watching, you could all earn 20,000 a month. You just need to come up with the idea of how to do it. And the only way you're going to come up with the idea is getting emotionally involved in the idea. This is why this diagram is so vital in the current situation we're in. Because one thing that I didn't say is this is plus, this is minus. Disease or sickness or viruses can only survive in low frequencies. Okay? Because the body is more susceptible. When it is in a lower vibration, it's more susceptible to picking up these things. So mindset is so critical. This is why I'm kind of cracking up, because everyone's watching the news and getting fed all this negative stuff. And it's very negative and very scary. Even like I tuned in last night to see what was happening so I can help you guys to figure out, okay, what is the masses listening to? And it was pretty scary. But if we feed into that, we're going to go way down here. That's why it's went up, because people are now freaking out about it, even though they don't have it. They're praying for this thing to go away when we shouldn't be even thinking about it. We should only be thinking about health. We should only be thinking about prosperity. You deal with stuff down here, but you keep your mind up here. That is the absolute biggest message I want to get across to you. If you want to stay safe, you want to stay healthy, you want to protect your family, keep your vibrations high. That is absolutely key. All right. Now, I have created something for you to keep your vibrations high. All right. I'm very excited about it. And I want you to be excited about it. And essentially, I've been thinking all week. I've been working really, really hard all week on how I can help you more, how I can serve you more, because what I've given you is great, but it's not enough. And there's more for you. Okay. Last little piece of writing I wanted to, or last little bit of reading I wanted to share with you is again from Think and Grow Rich. And it says that it is the dominating thoughts which we hold in our minds that will form and magnetize more to us. So whatever we think about the most, it magnetizes and brings us more. You start thinking about earning 20,000 a month, you'll start coming up with ways of how to do it. If you reject the idea right away and worry about lack, you're going to attract more lack. It says that magnets attract to us the forces, the people, the circumstances of life which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thoughts. So whatever your dominating thought is in your subconscious mind, that's your point of attraction. So when you think about money, when you think about any subject and you feel something negative, you know that needs to change, but there's a process for that. Okay. Now, as I said there 2 seconds ago, I have created something for you, but it's not ready yet. Okay. But what I thought would be really fun and really interesting is to see who are the people that are really committed, that have been watching every day and who are trusting enough in me to be committed to their goals and dreams. I want to know who's committed, okay? And I have created something very, 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 very special that I've never done before, and I don't know if I'll ever do again. But in this current climate, I want to help as many people as I can, all right? That is my absolute aim and goal this month. Okay, you'll notice I never think about money. I never think about earning money. I think about serving. Okay, that is the key. So I want to help as many people as I can. All right, so I have created something very special that you can keep for life, and that is going to really, 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 really help you over the next kind of couple of weeks and months ahead. Okay, but I want to play a game with you. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to act in faith and just step out and take ownership of it. Okay? Now, you're now going to be going, what is she doing? Well, in short, I have created something called the Calm and Creative Collection. Okay? And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. We're going to officially release it possibly on the 9th of April. But for you guys who have been in this program and who've been watching along, I want you to make a decision that you're in, that you want this, okay? Now, there is a small cost, but it is minute. It's only £37. Okay. I think that will do. It's not going to break the bank. But what you're going to get is literally crazy. Like, I literally woke up this morning and went, am I nuts? I literally did think that this morning, going, oh my goodness, is this a good idea? Is this not a good idea? Do you know what? The bottom line is, does it help people? If the answer is yes, then I'm in as well. All of you are going crazy. I'm in, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. Good. Okay. So I'm going to drop a link into Facebook and into the webinar here. And this is a link to purchase my Calm and Creative collection, but I'm not telling you what it is because we're officially launching it on the 9th. So I wasn't even going to show it today, but then I thought, you know what? I want to see who is really committed, who is prepared to have enough faith in me, enough faith in themselves to purchase something without knowing what it is. And for the people that do purchase without knowing what it is, I'm going to have a bit of a special surprise for you. Okay. So this is only available for 24 hours now. Okay. So from the moment I drop this, and I'm about to drop it, if I can find the link, there we go. I'm going to drop this into the chat box on the webinar. I think Lindsay's going to drop it into Facebook for me. Anybody else that's watching the replay, I might give you, well, we'll maybe go to the weekend. Yeah, we'll maybe keep it open till, I don't know. I'll make my mind up on that. Boom, I just threw it into the chat box. All right, it's £37. That's all there is to it. If you don't buy this, you're nuts, okay? Because I think I'm nuts for having done it. But I just thought there's more I can do. There's more I can give. So Paul saying, you're going to blow the internet. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm just curious to see who's ready to take action. Okay. I've put it into the chat box. I'm doing it again. I'll put it into Facebook as well. Let me just flick over. There we go. I'm going to put it into Facebook. I'm not sure why we don't seem to be streaming anymore. I don't know why that is. So for you guys in here in the webinar, you are going to be the first to get it because I think Facebook has just crashed. So, yep, you were right. I just blew up the internet. See, you always get what you ask for. Love it. Okay, so some of you are saying it's not coming through. I don't know why that is because it's all there. Okay, now you're all cracking up. So stop typing in the chat box and then you might be able to see mine. So everybody stop texting, okay? Because you're all texting and then it just scrolls up. I've just put it into all panelists. So you should be able to go into the chat box right now and you should see from Kim to all panelists, the Calm and Creative collection, and then a link. Can somebody just say, yes, I see that above? You should be able to see that last comment. No. Oh, hold on, stop. You need to send it to panelists and attendees. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this. There we go. Okay, are you ready? Are you sure? 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll just wait. Okay, that should have worked. Let me see if that worked. Yes. Okay, good. My goodness, this whole week, nobody told me that. Thank you. That was Matthew. You're awesome. Okay, I'm going to pop it in again just so that you get that. So, guys, it's out there. It's live. We're not even on Facebook right now, so they don't even know. Per people, they just lost the last end of that. But do this. Make a decision. Go and get this right now. You're not going to find out. You're not even going to get it until the 9th. Please know that. I haven't finished making it. So please just give me that space and time. There we go. And just trust in me, okay? It will all be released on the 9th. That's when you'll get access to it. That's when it will kick off. So trust your gut. If I have done good this week, then I think even if you're just paying $37 for the value that you've got this week, then brilliant. I'm so excited. So all you'll get is probably an email saying thank you and we'll be in touch. All right. So please don't send us loads of emails going, where is it? All right. It's coming. But I wanted to offer it to you guys first and anybody that purchases now until when we cut it off, which I'm probably going to give you till the weekend so that people have time to watch the replay. Oh, look, Diane signed up. Greg, brilliant, love it. So right up until the weekend, I'm going to keep this open. And for anybody that purchases, you're going to get a surprise. Then we're going to launch it on the 9th. And it's going to be fantastic. Okay, brilliant. You're all signed up. I love it. Congrats. I'm so excited. And I'm now starting to sweat. Brilliant. Okay, guys, it has been a fabulous 5 days here with you. I have loved every single second of it. And I can't wait to just see where this all goes. I'm in the same boat as you guys, but I'm choosing to decide the direction that I go in. You're all more than welcome to join us. If you are ready to sign up and you just want to get mentoring right now, then let's get going, book a call. We'll also pop that into the link. So I've just popped in the link. If you want to talk, yesterday we had loads of people reach out. Lindsay and Emma were talking to people. Some of you have already jumped on. We're so excited for you. If you thought this week is good, this is like this much compared to thinking into results. And it's every week for 6 months. So I want you to think about it. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I just want you to realize that this stuff works and it can work for you. And I love teaching it. And I'm totally dedicated to serving you and helping people. So I'm going to go. I'm going to pop the link in one more time for the Calm and Creative Collection. Copy, paste it, get it in there. And wait patiently and excitedly on what's to come. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of the Calm and Creative series. It has been awesome. It was just off the cuff, but I think it has really helped you and it has been wonderful being here with you. So it is goodbye for me. I would really appreciate, I'm going to jump into Dynamite Effect and do a wee quick live video just to say thank you. I would really, really appreciate if you could give me your feedback underneath that post so that I can help show other people who aren't in the group. And I'm just being transparent with you. What I'm going to do with those messages is use it as testimonials so that other people outside who aren't in Dynamite Effect or haven't heard of this stuff, listen to me. Because it's all well and good me coming on going blah, 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 listen to me. People listen to people. But I know this works. So please, I'm going to go in right now, do a live video. Please comment below your thoughts of the Calm and Creative series. And then I will be able to use that to help more people moving forward. All right. And that's what you should do in your business too. All right. Have a great, great weekend, guys. It has been a pleasure. And I'm excited for all of you that have just purchased the Calm and Creative Collection. You have just spent the best £37 in the world. All right. Talk soon. Bye-bye.